LeetCode to sum 2. So here the input array is sorted. So we are given a 1 based and integer array called numbers. So it is sorted in non-decreasing order. We need to find two numbers such that they add up to give a value called target. The two numbers have index 1 and index 2, where index 1 is less than index 2. We need to return the two indices, the index 1 and index 2. So since this is 1 based indexing, by convention we use 0 based indexing, so we increase it by 1. So we need to return a vector of integers which contains index 1 and index 2. Okay, now it says the tests are generated such that there is exactly one solution. So over here the example says 2, 7, 11 and 15. So if we have 0 based indexing over here, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3 and our target is 9. So we can see 2 plus 7 would give us 9. So the index of 2 incremented by 1, so this is 1, and the index of 7 incremented by 1, so this is 2. So we need to return this value. So I'll show you an approach. So this is our question. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my numbers array and this is my target over here. So I initialize an iterator called I at 0 and j, that is at the end. Okay, so now I check. So my sum is equal to nums of I plus nums of j. So as of now my nums is, so my sum is, my I is 0 and j is 4. So my sum would be 2 plus 20, which is 22. So now we compare my sum with target. So over here target is greater than sum. That means we need to increase the sum. So what we do is we increment I. So we do I plus plus. So my iterator I moves from this place to this. So now my I is at 1 and j is at 4. So sum would be 7 plus 20. 7 plus 20, which turns out to be 27. So if I compare sum and target, my target is 26 and sum is 27. So my sum is greater than target. That is, I need to reduce the value of sum. So I move left. So my pointer j goes j minus minus. So over here, j removes from here and comes here. So my I is 1 and j is 3. Now my sum is 7 plus 15. 7 plus 15, that turns out to be 22. So if I compare sum and target, my target is 26 and sum is 22. So my target is greater. So I need to increment sum. So I move right. So I do I plus plus. So over here, my iterator I moves from I is equal to 1 to I is equal to 2. So my I is 2, j is 3. So my sum would be 11 and then 15. So this is 11 plus 15. Okay, which turns out to be 26. So my sum is equal to target. Hence I return the vector I plus 1 and j plus 1 since they have asked for 1 based indexing. So the overall concept is I have two iterators, one which is I which starts at 0 and the second which start at numbers dot length or size minus 1. So if my target, and then after these two we calculate the sum, which is numbers of I plus numbers of j. If my target is equal to sum, then we return. Else if my sum is less than target, that means I need to increment my sum. So I move towards the right. I do I plus plus. Otherwise I do j minus minus. Now so my first step would be to create I. So I create a mutable variable called I. Then I create a mutable variable called j. So the value of j is the length of the array and then minus 1, that is pointing to the last index. Now we go over the loop while I less than j. So I create a sum which is numbers of I plus numbers of j. Post that, if my sum over here is equal to target, that is I have found the indices, so I will return the vector. So I will create this vector. So since we are asked to return a 1 based index, so I do I plus 1 as 32-bit integer and then we send j plus 1 as 32-bit integer. Okay, so after coming out for this, we have the next condition, else if my sum is less than target. So in this case, So in this case what we do is we increment I, so I plus equal to 1, and my third case else we do j minus equal to 1. So after coming out from this loop, which is not possible, we say it's unreachable. Okay, so yes.